Hi, grade 11. Today we will talk about hydrocarbon derivatives, okay? Before starting, we should revise together the difference between alkenes, alkynes, okay, and alkyl radical. Alkenes is a saturated aliphatic hydrocarbon. Its general or chemical formula CnH2n plus 2, okay? And this compound saturated due to the presence of single bond between carbon atoms. While alkenes is unsaturated aliphatic hydrocarbon, open chain, okay, a cyclic hydrocarbon, which contain at least one double bond between carbon atoms in carbon chain, okay? The double bond consists of two bonds together. One of them is known as sigma bond, and it characterized by strong bond, okay, not easily broken during chemical reaction, while other bond is known as bi-weak bond, which easily broken during chemical reaction. Alkenes compound, its chemical formula, okay, CnH2n, okay, so alkenes produced from corresponding alkane by removing two hydrogen atoms. Then alkynes. Alkynes is the third group of aliphatic acyclic hydrocarbon, okay, which contain at least one triple bond between carbon atoms in carbon chain, okay. The triple bond consists of one sigma strong bond which not easily broken, and the two other bonds are known as bi-weak bonds which easily broken during chemical reaction, and this explains the activity of alkenes is considered the most active compound in aliphatic hydrocarbon. Third one, the fourth compound, or the fourth type of aliphatic hydrocarbon is known as cycloalkenes. Cycloalkenes are alkanes, okay, that originated from corresponding alkane, but the carbon atoms in this case are arranged in a cyclic structure, okay, make a ring. Its general formula CnH2n, which is the same of the formula of aliphatic alkenes, but the difference between them, cycloalkenes saturated while aliphatic alkenes unsaturated, okay? The nomenclature of cycloalkenes coming from corresponding alkane, okay, but we put the prefix cyclo in a case of cycloalkenes, okay? Where we have many examples, okay, when the number of carbon atoms in the compound become 3 carbon atoms, the name of compound will be cyclopropane. When the number of carbon atoms become 4 and they make cyclic structure, okay, by forming a single bond between carbon atoms, the compound formed is known as cyclobutane. And when the number of carbons become 5 is known as cyclopentane, and so on, okay? Now, we will talk about aromatic hydrocarbon, okay? Aromatic hydrocarbon, okay, produced from resinous or resinous matter and a natural product. They characterized by presence of odor, where aroma in Latin language mean odor, okay? They characterized by less number of hydrogen element in their composition when we compare them to aliphatic organic compounds, okay? The parent member of this group is known as benzene ring. So when we make comparison between aliphatic hydrocarbon and aromatic hydrocarbon, we found that aliphatic hydrocarbon derived from fatty acids, originate from fatty acids, okay? They characterized by presence high ratio of hydrogen atoms inside their composition, okay? The parent member of this group is methane, which we can form many other compounds from this parent member, okay? While aromatic compound produced from some resinous matter and natural product, they having characteristic odor, they contain less ratio of hydrogen atom in their composition, and the parent member of this group is known as benzene or aromatic benzene. Okay? The aromatic compound may contain one benzene ring, okay, or two benzene rings, or three benzene rings. Example, okay, we have when the aromatic compound contains one benzene ring is known as aromatic benzene, and when the aromatic compound contains two benzene rings attached together, the compound produced called naphthalene. When the aromatic compound contains three benzene rings attached together, the compound formed is known as anthracene. Okay? Identification of the structure formula of benzene took several years. Why? Because benzene characterized by reaction, by addition and substitution reaction, and the bond length between carbon atoms are intermediate between the length of single and double bond. So scientists took several years to determine the position of the double bond, which changed during chemical reaction, okay? And this makes the scientists more confused for a long time. But we have a scientist. We discovered the hexagonal cyclic and represent the double bond and the single bond found inside the benzene ring as a circle, as we see in this shape, okay? So that refer to the single and double bond are exchanged, okay, during chemical reaction. Today we will talk about the hydrocarbon derivatives, okay? Where the hydrocarbon derivatives are organic compounds that contain carbon, hydrogen plus oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, okay, and so on. We have hydrocarbon derivatives, okay? We have a table which illustrates the functional group. What's meant by functional group? Functional group act as atomic group in case of inorganic compound, where the functional group is defined as a group of atoms that combine together in a certain way to form a part of the molecule whose activity overcome all properties of the whole molecule, okay? Look at the table in front of you. We have many functional groups, okay? We classified them into classes, different classes, to facilitate the studying of these derivatives, okay? So, number one, hydroxyl functional group. We note that hydroxyl functional group consists of oxygen and hydrogen, and this functional group can link it with alkyl radical or aromatic radical, okay, to form a compounds known as alcohols and phenols, okay, where alcohols are produced from linkage between alkyl radical with hydroxyl group, okay, and the name comes from the corresponding alkane by changing, okay, suffix E by OL, like methane change into methanol, okay, we replace E letter which found at the end of the word by OL, okay, and we have when the aromatic compound or aromatic radical link it to the hydroxyl group, okay, the group or the class formed known as phenols, okay, phenols. Also we have aldehydes. The functional group in this class, okay, known as aldehyde or formyl. It consists of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, and this is chemical formula of aldehyde functional group, where we have when the aliphatic alkyl or alkyl radical attached to aldehyde group, okay, the group formed known as aldehydes compound. And the name also coming from the corresponding alkane by changing E by Al as ethane, okay, when attached with a formyl functional group, it changes into ethanal by replacing E by Al, okay. The third one, carbonyl functional group that consists of carbon and oxygen, okay? And in this case, carbonyl group attached with two alkyl group, similar or different, okay, whatever. Then the compounds formed by attaching two similar or two different alkyl group to carbonyl functional group known as ketones, okay? And we also replace the suffix E of corresponding alkane by ONE, okay? When carbonyl group, example, attached to alkyl group like methyl group, okay, the resulted or the name of the resulted compound with known as propanone, okay, and so on. Thank you, grade 11. Goodbye.